Good afternoon, everyone. This is Annapurna. I'm from SmartBridge. Guys, I'm the trainer for Salesforce course, and I'm certified in Platform Developer One. That is a global certification. Guys, is my voice audible to you? If yes, you can raise your hand or you can answer it in the chat. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to each and everyone who mentioned it. Yeah, someone, Yogesh. The image is not clear, Yogesh. It is related to user guide, right? And it is the above is artificial intelligence framework for discussion something. Madam, even after completing the quiz, it's still showing resume. What more we have to complete? Yogesh Kumar, are you asking about the future skills prime? Maybe network issue. Go to next stage. Oh, to go to next stage. You complete all the articles and videos also. Okay, guys. You have to complete all the articles and at the same time videos also. You must, and it shows 100%. Yes. Okay, madam, can you please share the link that we have to do? The course is still in. Yeah, Ramana, definitely we are going to share the links. Guys, you must complete the IBM course and also you must complete the. Yeah, hi, Tulasiram. Next, yeah, good afternoon, Sujit Kumar. Madam, I'm going to share the links. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Guys, this is the Trailhead link. You must complete it. You must sign up and create a Trailhead account using your registered mail ID and complete the trial mix. That is your one of the primary tasks. And after that, you have to register and sign up in the IBM skills. And you must complete the first chatbot in the IBM, guys. I'm going to share the link. Once you sign up, definitely it will be connected to the IBM skills. And then guys you must sign up and complete the STEM module in Future Skills Prime. STEM module in Future Skills Prime, and here it is a link to sign up and to solve the related to Future Skills Prime. And if you want to know what are the things you need to do while signing up in Future Skills Prime, there is a video link. I'm going to share the video link. Go for it. Future Skills Prime enrollment procedure. Madam, can you once type Madam voice is not audible due to my bad signal? Guys, is my voice audible? Guys, is my voice audible to you? Yes, thank you, Alisha. Yogesh Kumar, just complete all these tasks, and in Future Skills Prime, you have to watch each and every video. You have to complete each and every task in the module. If it is showing 100%, then only you can move to the next stage, Yogesh Kumar. You must complete all the articles and videos also. Yeah, thank you for the response, Rajita, Tanuja, Raman, Samuel, Jason, Ramana. Yes, thank you, guys. Tell me what we discussed in the previous session. Guys, thank you, guys, for Naresh, Monica, Rajeshwari, and Nagamani, Rajita. Guys, tell me what we discussed in the previous session. Answer it in the chat. Go for it. I'm waiting for each and everyone response. Go for it, guys. We got only one response, that is from, okay, two responses from Pranavi and Rajita. What about the others? What about the others? Yeah, we discussed about the. That's it. Any more else, guys? Everyone must respond. Yeah, Anjali Priya also responded. Guys, tell me what is we discussed about the SOSL also, right? We write a single, okay, one query. We implemented using of SOSL query in the developer console in query editor also. Yes or no? You forgot about SOSL. What is SOQL and SOSL, guys? And we discussed about the DML. DML statements like insert, update. Of course, we use them in the code, right? We use the insert statement in the trigger also. Means in the class handler of the trigger. Yeah, correct. Pranavi, SOQL triggers, Rajita, SOQL triggers, Anjali Priya, SOQL triggers and types of triggers, SOQL and triggers, Surya, right? Pranavi, yes, ma'am, fine. Yes, we'll use a find for SOSL, correct? And SOQL and triggers, Sambal Josan and Muhammad Tahir briefly discussed about DML also. Yes, correct. Guys, tell me, uh, what is SOQL and what is SOSL? Any difference between SOQL and differences between SOQL and SOSL? Answer it, guys. Differences between SOQL and SOSL. Okay. I'm not asking about SQL. It is structured query language, yes, but I'm asking SOQL. We'll not use SQL in Salesforce Apex, guys. We'll and SOSL. And Rajita responded like both query languages used in Salesforce to retrieve data, but they differ in how they approach searches and type of queries they support. One is used as querying, another one is used as full text search like. Yes, correct, Pranavi Kumar and Rajita. Also, you're correct. Guys, try to give it in your own words. Don't search it in Google or somewhere and don't copy it from there. Okay, guys, you have to give it from your own words. See, SOQL. Do you know the full form of SOQL and SOSL? No one is mentioning the abbreviation of the SOQL and SOSL. SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language, SOSL, Salesforce Object Search Language. Right, correct, Arachita. See, guys, in SOQL, if you are using multiple objects, means there must be a relationship exists between them or among them. If you are using multiple objects in SOSL, means it's not necessary. Even though there is a relationship exists or doesn't exist, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for the SOSL. It will search for the related word in the objects, in the fields of the objects. And guys, mostly we will use SOQL to retrieve the records. Coming to the SOSL, we will use it when we are searching for some data. When we are searching for the data, we'll go for SOSL. And of course, the syntax of the SOQL is similar to the SQL syntax only. Select fields from tape, okay, object name, where, condition or criteria, group by, fields having condition applied to the group by, and limit, order by. We can means we can make sure that The data will be visible either in ascending order or descending order based on the fields which we selected there. Okay, based on the fields which we selected there. That's it. And triggers, guys, what are triggers? What are triggers? How many types of triggers are there? What are they? That is my question. What are triggers? How many types of triggers are there and what are they? This is my question. Everyone must respond. Triggers will fire automatically, guys. Though triggers are automation process only. Triggers will fire automatically when some action is performed on records. It may be insert, update, or delete. Okay, before and after changing the records. And correct, Pranavi. And coming to, there are two types of triggers, right, Dajita? And Anjali Priya said handling an event at particular time is trigger. Yes, two types of triggers, before trigger and after trigger. Yes, correct, Rajita. And seven types there. Pranavi, it is not seven type of triggers, but we are having seven events, seven trigger events. We are having seven trigger events. Sundar Kumari, before trigger, triggers are stored procedures that automatically execute in response to specific events on a table, means on object. There are two types of triggers. No, these are not types of triggers in Salesforce. One, okay, though you are saying like DML, data manipulation triggers, and data definition language triggers. No, see, we'll have before triggers and after triggers. Don't search it in Google and blindly copy it here, guys. We discussed about the two types of triggers. They are data, sorry, before triggers and after triggers. Before saving the record and after saving the record. Yeah, correct, Sundar Kumari. It is after trigger. Guys, tell me, we are having seven trigger events, right? What are they? What are they? What are the seven trigger events available in Salesforce Apex? Because I'm asking questions, it's very, very important. If we are going for any interview, guys, related to developer, definitely they may ask questions in triggers. Even though if you don't know about LWC, if you know about triggers, definitely. Guys, tell me what are the seven trigger events that are available in Salesforce? Mention them in chat. I'm attending the daily classes, ma'am, but here getting your mail notifications, you are not attend the class. Pavitra, if you are not using the registered mail ID, then to join the session, definitely, yeah, because attendance is completely back and tracking. If you are joining the sessions using your registered mail ID, guys, if you are joining the session using your registered mail ID, then only your attendance will be present. Is it clear, Pavitra? Yeah, correct. Responses from Rajit, Anjali Priya also. Anjali Priya, before insert, after insert, before delete, after. Okay, you have already said after insert, right? Before update, after update, before. No, no, no. It's not before search and after search. Anjali Priya, before insert, after insert, before update, after update, and before delete, after delete, and after undelete. Anjali Priya, don't blindly copy from the Google. Before insert, before update, before delete, after insert, after update, after delete, after undelete. Yes, Rajita, it's correct. And Pranavi, before, after, before, after. Yes, correct. Pranavi Kumari. And then, sorry, Karumuri. Pranavi, it's correct. Mega Priya, before insert, before update, before delete, after insert, after update, after delete, after undelete. Yes, correct. Before insert, delete, update. After insert, means it's not like before. If it is for before, insert, update, delete. After insert, update, delete. But one more is there, Kaushik, that is undelete, after undelete. Yeah, you have given almost correct answer. Guys, now tell me what are the context variables? Context variables in trigger and triggers. At least mention some context variables. I will give an example. Yeah, correct. That is after undelete, Kaushik. Yeah, Munnappa Chinnappa also said like before insert, before update, after update, before delete, after undelete. Yeah, that is correct, Munnappa Chinnappa. Context variables. Context variables means context variables like keywords only, guys. Means which is having specific purpose. They are fixed. Okay, will not use them for naming conventions or other things. And here, okay, Anjali Priya, if it is not copied, yeah, if you forget, then it's okay. No problem. Don't worry about it, Anjali Priya. Uh, trigger.is update, trigger.new, trigger.old, correct. These are the tech context variables. Good afternoon, ma'am. I completed all the modules in Salesforce developer. What's the next step to take, ma'am? Murthy, are you saying that, Narsimha Murthy, are you saying that you have completed the trial mix of 14 on all around 20 super batches, right? And all the modules related to Agent Force also. Is it correct, Narsimha Murthy? Yes. Then complete, join the sessions daily, gain the knowledge, and then if anything else, definitely you are going to build the project. The project will be assigned to you soon. Don't worry about it. We'll let you know what to do next. Complete IBM course and also Future Skills Prime. Present, do that one. Okay, then you can go for next thing. It gives details about trigger state, context variables. Yes, whether it is an uh, insert operation is going on, update operation is going on, anything. Okay, we can understand it. So what's going on? Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yeah. And guys, next you're going to enroll for the project, guys. Means the project will be assigned to your account by your college faculty or smart bridge team. Then you are going to build the project, and we are having 2 weeks, right? This week and next week for the training. After that, you are going to build the project, and we are having Saturdays related to projects only. Next, yes, we learned about context variables and we implemented one trigger, right? Guys, do you know the best practices we have to follow? The best practices. Guys, do you have any idea about the best practices? While writing the code, I may mention few things. While writing the code, I may mention few things. Best practices. Do you have any idea about best practices, guys? Okay, while writing the code in Apex, and mostly for triggers, of course, and for other code also, even it is LWC code, whether it is asynchronous Apex code, any method, guys, you must follow few best practices. And but triggers, it is having some more extent. Okay, a few more extra rules we need to follow. Best practices means we have to follow few things. Then only our code will have the means the quality of code. We can say, right? If we are writing as we need, and if it is exceeding the governor limits, then the code means the process will get terminated abruptly without completing the task. Guys, in Salesforce, we are having the Apex, we are having the govern. Of course, in Salesforce, data loader and data. Okay, mega data management. Not only that, admin. How many objects we can create? Maximum number of objects, maximum number of fields, maximum number of relationships for each and everything. For most of the things, there are limits. You can create maximum number of 100 objects in an hour. 500 fields for each object, custom fields. Yes or no? Like this, you can by using data import wizard, you can import or export 50,000 records maximum, and data loader more records. So it like completely there are limits, guys. Okay, how many records you can process, how many records you can fetch through the SOQL statement, how many in a single trigger. If we yesterday we have executed one trigger with the class handler, right? So when the trigger single code is executed in single execution, how many DMS statements must be issued, how many SOQL statements must be issued, means how many times the SOQL statement get executed, how many times the DMS statement get executed. So all these will have limits. All these will have limits. If it exceeds the limit, if the while executing it, for example, the number of SOQL statements, select statements can executed per each execution is 100 in synchronous. Coming to asynchronous, it is 200. If it is executed, if it is sorry exceeded, if it is exceeded, means if it is 101th term time the SOQL statement is executing, then the process will get terminated. What the records are inserted or updated or modified in the Salesforce database, those are all rolled back. Rolled back means nothing changes will be done, guys. It will be go to the previous save point. It will directly go to the previous save point. So our work will be wasted. What we are doing, that is wasted. I'm going to explain few best practices we must follow, because it is very very important to learn about the best practices, guys. It is very very important to learn about the best practices. This is the next scenario we are going to build in the triggers only. Today also we are going to work on triggers, so that you can understand how we can create multiple events on the same object, how we are using that. Okay, we are going to learn about them. And guys, now best practices. Best practices. See, what are the best practices we must follow? For example, for triggers, for any code, guys, for any code, there will be some best practices, not only for triggers. Those are avoid, avoid, avoid nested loops. Okay, means for loop, there is inside a for loop, inside that a for loop, inside that a for loop. So avoid nested loops. Avoid nested loops. And next, you must avoid using of anything SOQL or SOSL statements inside the loop. Statements inside the loop. Inside the loop. We must avoid using of SOQL or SOSL statements inside the loop. And coming to, we must avoid the using of, guys, we must avoid the using of DML statement also. DML statements like insert statement, update statement, upsert statement. We must avoid the using of DML statements also inside the loop. Avoid using of DML statements inside the loop. Avoid nested loops. Avoid using of SOQL and SOSL statements. Avoid using of DML statements inside the loop. Inside the loop. These, for any code, you must follow these instructions. These are very, very important. And you should not write. You should not write any code. Guys, is my screen visible, right? Someone is raising their hand. Is the document visible, guys? If it is visible, you can raise your hand. Yes, it's visible. Thank you. See, we must avoid nested loops. We must avoid the using of SOQL and SOSL statements inside the loop. And we have to avoid the using of DML statements inside the loop. We must avoid using of DML statements inside the loop. And not only that, we should not write any continuous lengthy code. We should not write any lengthy code, guys. Okay, don't, we must break that code into functions or methods. Break that code into functions and method. Don't write 1,000 lines of code, hundreds of lines of code continuously. Means without dividing it into functions or methods. Continuously, don't write the lines of code. Don't write the lines of codes. Okay, lengthy code means don't write the continuous lines of code in a there are 1,000 lines in a single method. No, don't go for it. divide it into Divide it into functions and methods and call it, so that if there is any error in future, we can easily identify at which part it is going on. If it is 1,000 lines of code, guys, in real time there will be 700, 800,000 lines of codes will be there. Of course, hundreds of lines of code will be there for real time scenarios when you are developing a project. So at that time, if it is hundreds of lines, if you want to identify where the mistake is going on, it is very, very difficult to identify the mistakes, errors, which statement is causing the error, why we are not getting the output which we are expecting. So for these reasons, if you want to debug, it is very, very difficult if it is a lengthy code. So we must divide that code into functions or methods, or we can use them, call them. Divide into segments. Simple, guys. Divide the code into segments. Then it will be easy to track or easy to debug if any error is going on, if we are facing any issues with the code. So we lengthy code we should avoid, guys. Avoid. Lengthy code must be divided into segments or uh, lines of lengthy code. Continuous lines of lengthy code we have to avoid, and we have to make sure that that code will be submit. Okay, divided into methods and functions. This is the output. So like this, there will be, these are the things generally when you are going for the code. And the above statements will be working for the triggers also. And for triggers, we are having few more, guys. That is only one trigger, only one trigger per per one object. Only one trigger per one object. You can write multiple events on single trigger. On single trigger, you can write multiple events. Triggers, guys, only one trigger per one object, multiple events. We can write multiple events on single trigger. We can write multiple events on single trigger. And never write logic. Logic must be implemented. Logic must be implemented either in class handler or helper class, or trigger class handler, guys. That is, class handler means trigger class handler or helper class. Here trigger class handler means those class handlers will be useful for only the triggers. But if you are saying helper class, means that class will be useful not only for this trigger, for other classes also, for other any codes. It can be used for other triggers or other codes when it is required. We can use for multiple, in multiple ways. Okay, so uh, only one trigger per one object, multiple events on single triggers. Logic must be implemented either in class handlers or in helper class. Don't write the logic directly in the trigger itself. And bulkify the code. Bulkify the code means the code must work for the trigger code must work for the bulk insertions. Or bulk means if you are trying to import the data, you may use any operations like insert, update, upsert, or delete. At that time also these triggers must work. It should not work for the single trigger, single record insertion, or single record updation. It must work for the multiple records at a time. It should accept the multiple records, and it should work for the multiple records. That's the reason when we are passing the trigger dot new, when we are passing the trigger dot new in the trigger, we are saving the values in the list of that object, right? List of records. We are saving it in the list of records, not in the single record. In the class handler, if you remember the code, so the trigger must work for the bulk data. The trigger must be okay. The trigger must work. The code must be work for the bulk data. And you must follow the governor limits. You must follow the governor limits. Governor limit should not get exceeded. Governor limit should not get exceeded. Governor limit should not get exceeded. That is a main thing. If the governor limit is exceeded, there is no exception. We can't handle with any exceptional classes also if there are any governor limit. If you are means that governor limits are exceeded, we can't handle it. We can't handle it. The process will get terminated immediately. The process will get terminated immediately, and the things previously which are done like insertion or updations, everything will be rolled back. Nothing is done, guys. The work of the trigger is zero now. The status of the trigger is nothing, zero. It has inserted zero records, it has updated zero records. If the process is terminated abruptly, we must, okay, governor limit should not get exceeded. See, for any code, these are above one is a point, and coming to the triggers, these are the main points, guys. And these are very, very important differences you must remember. Differences, okay, guys, these are very, very important best practices. And guys, is it clear? Guys, is it clear? Amrita Sai, you are drawing plus Sai Pravan Kumar dot Y. Do you have any queries? Is it clear about the best practices? Yeah, Pavitra said clear. What about the others? Yeah, it's clear. Is it clear, guys? If you are having any queries, you can drop your queries. Yeah, Mega Priya, Rajita said clear. Yes, ma'am. See, these are the best practices we must follow in the coding. When we are writing the code, we must follow, guys. And governor limits. Guys, if you want to know more about governor limits in the Google, just search for the governor limits. Here you can find the data. Governor limits in Salesforce. See, governor limits in Salesforce are runtime constraints on Apex code execution, ensuring fair resource allocation and preventing monopolization and shared resources. See, obviously, the Salesforce is following multi-tenant architecture, means that resources will be equally allocated. The resources will be equally allocated. That's the reason there is a point of governor limits. If you just you must follow the Salesforce developers only. Developers.salesforce.com, Apex governors limits. See, we are having synchronous triggers will come to the synchronous limit, and asynchronous Apex. We are going to learn about asynchronous Apex in the next session. Okay, in the next class we are going to learn about the asynchronous Apex. See, normally how many total number of this is for only single execution. Means if a trigger is executed, related work is executed, right? At that time, for single complete execution, the class related to the trigger is also executed, the process will be done, yes or no? So when the single execution, the total number of SOQL queries issued, means executed, will be 100, and coming to asynchronous it is 200. Coming to DML statements is 150. In both the cases it is 150. The total number of records which we can retrieve from the SOQL queries is 50,000 records, and total number of records retrieved by database dot get query locator 10,000. Total number of SOSL queries issued is 20 only. SOSL statement is 20 only. We can, and total number of records retrieved by single SOSL queries 2000 only, and total number of records processed as a result of DML statements like approval process or database empty recycle bin, anything. Guys, if you are uh, using the insert statement, like insert uh, account list, insert ACC list, means ACC list is having some number of records, right? If that list is having more than, ACC list is having more than 10,000 records, then then the process will get terminated, means it is violating the governor limits. It is violating the governor limits. If the list of, okay, accounts is more than 10,000 and you are applying DML operation on that list, then you are violating it. See, you can follow more, keep size, everything. This is a page, go for it and read it. You must, when you are going for the code, you must follow these governor limits. That's the reason I said avoid avoid using of SQL and SOSL and DML statements inside the loops. Inside the loops, they must be outside the loops. They must be outside the loops. This is about queries. Today we are going to learn about how to write multiple events on single trigger also. And guys, our scenario, is it clear till now? Guys, is it clear till now? If it is clear, we can continue. If it is clear, we can continue and we can write. Okay, we are going to write a trigger which is using, okay, to multiple events. Right, guys, in the scenario, we are having two events. One is before update and the second one is after update. See, if the priority is blank, default it to medium. Means before updating the record, if the priority is blank, default it to medium. Prevent changing the status to close if the subject is blank. You have to do two tasks, two things in before update. One is, if priority is blank, you have to make it as default value to medium, and if prevent, you must prevent to change the status equal to close if the subject is blank, if the subject field is blank. In the case, guys, in the case object, see, this is the home, right? And click on more. Here you can find the cases object. See, our use case is like when we are updating the existing record. When we are updating the existing record, see, here we are having details. If you are changing the status, okay, if you are changing the status to closed, if you are changing the status to, here there is no new working escalated only. The subject must should not be empty. I think for this record, the closed opportunity is not available. We can, because this is in the queue, right? Okay, we can go for the other cases. All open cases. These are open cases, guys. We can check the status. We can change the scenario. Don't worry about it. Yeah, okay, we are not having status escalate closed. It is new working escalated only. And if you go to the edit object, so edit object, these are the standard objects. It will have some rules. Yeah, status. See, we are having closed default. So this is having some process, guys. So then only this closed will be automatically done. See now what we can do is like we can change the scenario. Okay, we can change the scenario. For example, if the cases, guys, if you go to the cases object, see all closed cases. Here you can find the status to closed. Status to closed. Let's change the scenario a little bit then. 1 minute. We can change the scenario. Yeah, I'm checking for the scenario case object only. Yeah, I'm there. See, this is closed. This is default. And okay, instead of closed, we can go for the working. Okay, guys, instead of closed, we can go for the working. Okay, when updating, we are going to make that default value is working. We can change the scenario like, sorry, it's priority, right? And here it is working. Okay, we can prevent the changing of status to working if the subject is blank. And if the status is closed, it's not closed because these are standard objects. It will have some procedures. If status is working, create a follow-up task automatically. Create a follow-up task automatically. That's it. Okay, the case is on progress. A follow-up task must be created automatically. So this is the scenario, guys. If the priority is blank, default it to medium and prevent changing the status to working. And if it is for after update, what we are going to do, if the status is updated to working, create a follow-up task automatically. This is a scenario which we are going to create the solution. First, I'm going to create the solution only for the before update, for before update only. Then we can go for the after update. Now I'm going to, guys, did you get the scenario? Guys, did you understand the scenario? Yes or no? See, in the before update, first we are going to do on the before update, right? See, in the before update, if priority is blank, we are making it as medium. And if we are changing the status value to working, if the subject is blank, we are preventing the changing the status value to working if the subject is blank. That's it. Now what we are going to do, we are going to guys, is my developer console visible to you? If it is visible, you can raise your hand. Guys, developer console visible to you? Yes or no? Yes, thank you for the response. See, click on file and new. To create the trigger first. Now this is case trigger. It will follow the Pascal case. And on which object we are going for it, guys? Case object. Yes, case object. Click on submit. See, it will having the before insert, but I'm selecting it as update. Before update. Tab if. If trigger dot is update the trigger dot is update, then if I'm going for trigger dot is before. Okay, how you are writing the calling the context variables is up to you, guys. is up to you only. If trigger dot is update and trigger dot is before, then I'm going to write a case trigger handler. That is a class name, not yet created. We are going to create it, guys. That's the reason it will show the error. No problem. And we are using a method in that handle before update. Before update, we are handling the before update. Guys, coming to updates, see, we must use the we new, and we have the context variables, right? Trigger dot new, trigger dot old, trigger dot old map. Do you remember about it, guys? Do you remember about it? Guys, tell me, do you remember about trigger dot new? It will save the, it will show the record. Trigger dot new map means it is the address. Look, just like ID. And coming to the trigger dot old record before saving. It means what are the changes we did before that? What's the values? Yeah, it will show new value comparison. Yeah, for that we'll use a before, right? See, for that only. Here, what we are going to do, we have to compare, right? Whether it is modified, updated or not. Yes or no? Whether old record is same to the new record. We must fetch it. We must fetch it. It is required somewhere. If it is required somewhere, definitely. If it is required to compare somewhere, definitely we must study to use it. We must study to use it. Now, for this case, there is no need of, let's use a trigger dot new only for this. If required, definitely we can go for the old map. Let's check. Okay, this is the thing. See, value does not exist, case trigger handler, because we have not yet created the trigger handler class. We have not yet created the trigger handler class. Yes or no? This error will vanish once we create the class. So this is it. Just click on Control S. Even though it is red color exclamatory mark will be there, and we are having error, that will be vanish after some time. Now what we are going to do is like, we are going to create the handler class. We are going to create the, I'm closing all other tabs. Yeah. This is the case trigger, right? We are going to create an Apex class. Apex class name is case trigger handler. Case trigger handler will be the class name. And now we are writing the code for, we are writing the logic for before update. Guys, forward slash lines means it is a comment line. These comment line will not get executed. This is for our understandability, what we are writing in the code. Okay, comments are very, very important, guys. These are comment lines. These are very, very important, because we can understand if there are hundreds of lines. If you want to understand the code, these comments will definitely help us. These comments will definitely help us. Okay, only if two forward slashes, it is a single line comment, and forward slash star asterisk and some code. Okay, comment and asterisk and forward slash, then it is a multi-line comment, multi-line comments. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create a method that is public accessor and static. If you are making any method as static, then there is no need to create any instance for that class. And then public static void is a return type, it will return nothing. And now we are writing the method name handle before update, and we are receiving the list of case records, list of case records. And we can say this as new list. Okay, we can mention this variable as new list. See, we just control s, now just control s the trigger. See, the error is vanished because now the class handler is created and the method is also created. And same parameters, one parameter is there. One parameter is there. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to per each and every case. We need to write the code for bulk data. This is list of case records. This is a list of case records, those that is input. And for each and every record, we are going to check whether priority is empty or not. So colon, this is we are accessing the new list records, and now we are checking the guys. We are checking for the default priority. Okay, we are assigning the default priority uh, to medium. If it is blank, we are assigning the value. For that, what statement we have to use? We have to use the conditional statement like if, to check string dot is blank, c dot, sorry, priority. Guys, why I'm using the string function here? Why I'm using the string function is because it is a priority is a pick list. Priority is a pick list. So we want the output, right? Want to convert the value of that into string, and we are checking whether it is not blank. If it is not blank, then that will be converted into the string value. See, now we are checking whether it is blank or not. String dot is blank priority. We are converting this priority, which is a pick list, into value into string, and that value string is, we are checking whether it is a blank or not. Whether it is a blank or not. If it is blank, then what we are going to do? We are assigning the priority. See, pick list equal to, and assigning the value medium. Assigning the value priority equal to medium. Next, and the next task is like we have to prevent the close case with, we want to prevent the changing of status to working. If subject is blank, prevent the status changing to working if subject is blank. If subject is blank, we must prevent it to the, okay, changing the status. For that, what we are going to do? We are going to again check the check the value using if statement. If st dot status, see, we are having status pick list. If status equal to, we can use the working and and string dot is blank, and we are checking for the c dot subject whether the subject field is blank, whether means that present record status is working, we are updating the working, and string is blank, subject means subject is blank and status is working. In this scenario, in this scenario in this scenario, what we are going to do? We are populating an error message, c dot add error. Guys, we are populating an error, c dot add error. Add error is a method which will, that is a custom error method which we'll use in the apex code, which we will use in the apex code. So add error, and we have to drop the message in single quote like subject must be filled. We can say the message what to display on the screen. Subject must be filled before changing the status to working. Before changing the status to working, you must fill the subject. That is the error message that will be displayed. That's all. Just control S. Yes, there are no errors now. We have written one event for this trigger, guys. That is for before trigger. Okay. Now what we are going to do is like we are going to check it. We are going to check it with user interface. Now this is a, yeah, just refresh it. Refresh. Now go to opportunities, leads. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to the cases object. Okay, I'm going back to the cases object here. The present one is new, right? This is new. Here arc formic case, it is low priority. So what I want to do is like I don't want to none. I want to make it as none first and click on save. See, if I'm not making, guys, if I'm making none as priority, if I'm making none as priority, the priority will be updated. If the priority is empty, if the priority is empty, definitely it will be updated to medium. Yes, the first one is checked successfully. Now what I'm doing is I'm making the status to working. I'm making the status to working, and if I want to check, yeah, there is no, I'm deleting it and save. Subject must be filled before changing the status to working. See, we hit a snack, means there is an error message that will be displayed on the screen. Yes or no? Guys, did you get it? Did you get it? How the trigger is working for before update means before saving the record into the database, this will execute, this will work. The record is not yet saved. For example, if I am making sure that the subject is not empty, the subject is not empty. Now the record will get saved. Now the record will get saved. And if the priority is high or low, something. Okay, if the priority is low, I'm going to save it. See, now only when priority is empty, then only it will be assigned the value, default value to medium. Otherwise, it won't assign any value. Otherwise, it won't assign any value for the priority field. Guys, did you get it? Is it clear? If it's clear, you can mention it's clear. Guys, is it clear? Yes. Only 1%, 2% like and Monica Satya. What about the others? Yeah, we got the response. Megha Priya, Thanuja, Rajita, Dhanaraj. Madam, if we mention subject and status none, what will happen? Okay. See, you can observe here. See, here by default, the status will be new. Okay, if the status is none. And if we are providing the subject, guys, we are writing the condition to check when both subject is, sorry, status is working and subject is blank. Only we have written the condition for that. Otherwise, there is review the following fields. There is a, this is a normal I think I want to check the validation rules previously whether we have written any validation rules. See, there is no validation rule, but this is a standard object. This is a standard object. It is a managed package, guys. It is a managed package. What, why I am saying it is a managed package means you can understand now. See, if I go for the flows and search for the flows, you can identify most of the flows are related to managed package. See, managed install, managed install, managed install. See why? Because for standard objects, few constraints are already defined. So we should not make the status to none, but we can make new. See, if the status is new, and even though there is a blank, blank subject, it won't affect, there will be no error. And if I submit the value for the subject also, it will not affect, because we have written the condition, for to check when the status is working. Only when the status is working, we are checking for the subject, whether it is empty or not, whether it is blank or not. In other cases, in another scenarios, we don't want anything. Okay, if the subject is there, not there at present, we don't require. Did you get it? Pranavi, did you get it? Yes, ma'am. Okay, Tahi, Nagamomidi, Munnappa, Chinnappa, Kandula, Achireddy, Gangadhar Kalyani, Likita, Gurur, Balaji Gurur, and Pranavi. Yes, Pranavi said clear. See, this is happens. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to add one more event in the same trigger, guys. So we have to write multiple triggers on the same event, right? Now, we are writing the another code for after update. Means, if status is changed to working, if the record status is changed to working, definitely, definitely a task must be created automatically. For that, what we are going to write first, we are going to write a method in the class, and then we can call that trigger, so that method in the code. And now, guys, just raise your hand if my developer console is visible to you. Case trigger handler is visible to you, you can raise your hand. Yeah, thank you for the response, guys. Now, this is a before update logic, right? Now, what we are going to do, we are going to write a logic for the, you must identify the errors, right? That's the reason I'm leaving as it is. Now I'm writing after update. Okay, after update logic, after update logic. And if you want to write, you can go for it, otherwise you can just copy and paste it. But here I'm not only passing one parameter, I want the old map also. See, I want the old map also, because we'll not have old values. Old record values will be location, that record location will be available in the old map, so what I want, map can be old map, means that is a data type of map, guys. Old map or new map data type is map. We have to take the parameter as map as input to store the data. Coming to trigger dot new, trigger dot old, that is list of records, and this is map address. Old map, new map means you have to store them in the map variable. And here id and case, the values will be case, and it is old map. Okay, this is old map is a variable name, we are using these. Okay, you can learn now, you can learn, okay, how we are using old map, old address. See, by using, now first thing, if we are passing the new record id then of the case, then we can fetch the, old record. Okay, means before changes, what are the values? For example, the status previously will be new, now it is working. Yes or no? If it is previously also working, now also working, then there is no need to create the any task, because it may be done already. Yes or no? So now what we are going to do, we are going to check, previous status will not be working and present status is working, because we, for each and every we may not update status every time, we may update other fields. At that time it is not necessary to create the task, right? At that time it is not necessary to create the task. For that reason, we want to compare the value of status before update and after update, whether it is same or different. If it is different, then we are processing something, we are applying our logic on some criteria. Now we must create a task, right? So we are working on multiple records, guys, multiple cases. Definitely we have to create multiple tasks. We have to create multiple tasks. Tasks to insert, or otherwise we can say, to your understandability, task list. Okay, this is the thing we are going to insert. Task list, we are going to insert anything, task to insert or task list. Based on the requirements, we have to name the variables accordingly. Equal to new and list of tasks, open and close braces, open and close braces, and then we have created the variable. It means declare the variable, guys. Declare the variable. That's it. Now we are going to write the loop condition which will be working for each and every case. And here we are having new list, right? This new list will be, these values will be available for here only, and these values will be available for here only, in this method only. Okay, next. Now first what we are going to do, we want the sorry, case record, old record. So I'm saying it as old C. Okay, we want the old case record. We want the old case record. And how can we get the old case record? By old map. Here we are having the old map, right? Dot get. Old map dot get. And which record we want? Present case record. C dot id. So we will, by passing the present case record, which value is there present in C, that ID, we are passing that ID to fetch the old case record. Before updating, what are the values of each and every field? Before updating, what are the values of each and every field? We are fetching those values, those old record. Okay, old record in this old C variable. This is S object variable, guys. Case object variable. After that, what we are going to do, we are going to create the task. Create the task based on criteria, guys. Based on criteria, we are going to create the task on criteria, like uh, when status change to when status change to working. When status change to working, then only we are we are creating the task. Otherwise, it's not necessary. It's not necessary to create the task. This is our scenario. We want to create the task only when the status is changed to working. That is our requirement now. So now we have to check whether the present record c dot status c dot status equal to working. Present record, updated record status equal to working, and old c dot means before updating the record, what are the values are there? In that, we are searching for status value, whether this status not equal to, it should not be equal to working. Previous status value should not be working, but present status must be working. Means only the status value is updated, only the status value is updated to working, then only we are creating the task, then only we are creating the task. So now just open and close if it is true. Okay, when the status value is changed, means previously it is not working, now it is working. Before updating, it's not working, it is new. Now the status is working, then only we are creating the task. Now guys, you must remember, I'm going to share, guys. So before creating the task, See, there is a task object, right? See, what are the tasks are there? See task and click on edit object. Here you can find the list of required fields. Here you can find the list of required fields. What are the fields that are required? See, index. Okay, assigned to whom. These are okay by due date. Okay, who ID, what ID. See, we are having what ID. Okay, name, who ID, who will be the. So these are fields. Status of the task. So these are the subject, these are the fields. We have to fetch the API names here from here, API names. And here related to means it may be lookup to contract. See guys, these are these many objects. Polymorphic guys, it is a polymorphic relationship. Okay, polymorphic lookup field means what ID and who ID. Now we are going back to the code, developer console. Here what we are going to do, we are going to create the task, means task t equal to new task. Okay, we can do like this. Okay, and we can assign the values t dot something. We can do like that. Otherwise we can directly initialize the values here guys. Previously we did like t dot what id equal to, we assign in that way, right? Now what we are going to do, we are assigning the values in the declaration only. We can do that also. What id equal to c dot id present case record, and then we are assigning the values for subject also. Subject equal to what id is mandatory, follow up task, follow up on working case. This is a working case, right? Follow up on working case. And then priority equal to c dot, it's o, c dot priority and comma space status equal to not started. See, instead of this, we can just click on enter for each and every field value, then you can get it. See, task t equal to what id equal to cid subject, follow up on working case, priority, c priority status not started. And then we can, okay, this is completed, right? Here we can do it. Otherwise, we can say like this also. You can understand it. Now, we have to task list. What is the variable we have created? Task list. Task list dot add, and here t. This is a t variable, right? Just we are adding the task to the task list. Now, see, this is related to if, this is related to for loop. Once the for loop is ended, what we are going to do, whether we must check if that task list is empty or not. If it is empty, then we should not use the insert statement. There is no need to execute the insert statement. Why to waste the resources? Why to use, okay, governor limits, task, right, task list dot is empty. Then what we will do, if it is not empty, then we can go for insert task list, insert task list, and we can check for the code. Any errors? No errors. No errors. Now what we are going to do, we are going to call this one, right? See, this is related to update only, but it is not related to if. So as if we are using this, and I'm saying it as after, and now what I'm doing is like for this method. Okay, I'm updating the method from this after update. Control C, and Control V. It's not. Oh, sorry, this is after update, guys. I didn't know. After update. This is for after update, and here we are going to pass the trigger dot old map. Trigger dot old map. Trigger dot old map. We are passing the old map values also, old map address also here in the trigger, and just press Ctrl S. There are no errors. See, now it is Ctrl S. If it is a star mark here, if it is a star mark here, means it is not saved, it is not compiled. Saving means compiling, guys. Saving means compiling. See, we are having handle after update. Trigger dot new comma trigger dot old map. Trigger dot new comma trigger dot old map. I want to save it. Yes, the error is vanished because first we need to save this one because it is modified, right? Then we have to save this one. Yeah. Now we can check it. Now we can check it. Now I'm going to the user interface. Yeah. Now coming to the task object. See, for I'm going back to the cases. Guys, uh, we have already changed one of the cases to the working, right? Okay, we modified into the new only once again. See, this is the, there is no subject. What I'm doing, I'm changing the status to working. See, now the before trigger subject must be filled. Start working on case. Save. See, now the working, guys, status is working. Now subject is not empty. So this status will be, this status will be, this record will be updated. Once the record is updated, after updating, see, this is the status for working, right? For this case, a task must be created. A task must be created. Yes or no? See, status is updated, new to working. Here we can get it. And most recent activity. If you go for the related, open activities, case history. Here we can find the history of the case, attachments, and here we can't find any task information. But coming to the task, if you are going further, today's task, let's check. Today there are no tasks. Open task. What happened? Delegated task. See, this is for new task. If you want to create a new task, then assign to status, subject, are mandatory. Priority also mandatory. That's it. We have already given, and we can find the. Okay, we'll come back to the cases, and we changed it to working, right? All updates and call lags, text poses status changes. Only status is changed. And now coming to related, open activities, case history, we need to add the task. Okay, task information. Then we can identify the task here. And in the cases, just go for the edit page. Just go for the edit page. And here, see, I want to search for the task. No, it's not there directly. So what we have to do is like, here we have to add it, guys. Somewhere in the page we have to add related to the task. We can fetch it. Just give me a minute. Definitely I can show you. 1 minute, guys. I'll check it. I'm checking about it. In the cases and in related fields, definitely. Okay, what I want to do is like I want to check on the cases for the new records. Just give me a minute. I'm checking for it. I need to find the mistake, guys. Let's see. See here, we are having open activities. Here also, we are not finding any. I'm checking the code. Status values. Guys, I'm sharing the screen. Let's check where the mistake is. Guys, okay, which what is visible now? Guys, now if we are changing the case, it should be available in the open activities, right? If it is related to, okay, we can fetch the query, guys. We can write the query in the developer console, and I'm trying to check what are the. So, guys, I'm going to share the developer console window now. See how to debug if there is any mistake. Now, developer console. See, now we are going to learn how to debug, guys. See, now if you go for the system dot debug, and here we can say like in single quotes, uh, after update started. Now here we fetch like status is old C, and okay, it's working or not working after this only. Then I'm printing the, okay, I'm using the, sorry, debug, system dot debug in the loop. Here it is T, and here, and it is plus task list. We can execute now. Control S. There are no errors, and now we are going to save the trigger to. See, guys, that's the reason we have to divide the code, and by adding, this is a best approach, adding the system dot debug statements to debug if there are any errors, to debug if there are any errors. And now come back to the user interface, and here, guys, what we are going to do, sometimes it may not reflect immediately, but check, let's check whether it is working or not. See, these are all closed cases. I want all open cases. Here these are the opening cases. I want to change this Lord and Boyle status to working, and here subject, yeah, it is having some subject. Click on save and go to related. If a task is created, definitely if it is not started, then it should be available in the open activities, but it is not visible. So we need to check the code whether there is any error in the code. So now what we are going to do is like we are checking in the developer console. Yeah, in the developer console, just go to the logs. This is at 4.8, right? Recently executed. Just click on it. Now just go for the debug only. See, it is not going to the debug. Why? Yeah, I got it. Guys, I got the mistake. Guys, I got the mistake. Anyone identified the mistake? I did small mistake in the code, guys. Anyone can try it? What mistake I did? Yeah, now I got it. The code is perfectly fine, but I means I did a small mistake in the trigger code. I missed something. I missed something. Anyone? The code is visible, right? Right. See, this is going to happen, of course. This is a code. What mistake I did? I think developer console is visible, right? Guys, tell me, is the developer console visible to you? If it is visible, raise your hand. Yes. I'm giving few minutes, 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. You can go for it. I got it. What mistake I did? See, if you write the debug statement, here is a mistake, guys. What the mistake I did? What the mistake I did? You need to. Anyone can identify. We have to write multiple triggers on the single trigger. But what I did? What mistake I did? What mistake I did? Anyone? I'm waiting for your responses. Try to identify the mistake which I did now. Guys, go for it. Very simple. If you remember the word, like we can use a multiple trigger events on the single. I am giving the hint also. Else miss, no, we have written the else part, right? See, we are having else part here. Else if trigger. This is correct. But we missed something earlier. Something earlier. Events. I'm giving the hint of events. Now go for it. Anyone can try. Try it, guys. Try it. Anyone? Trigger dot old map in if no, it's not that event, guys. I'm not saying about context variable. I missed the event. Yes, correct, Pranavi. What about the others? I declared only one event in the trigger. I didn't declare the other event. If I'm not declaring the events, how can they be called? How can they be called? How can they be evaluated? Yes, Pranavi Kumar Karumari, you are correct. Karumuri. Sorry, it's Pranavi Karumuri. You are correct, Pranavi. I'm waiting for the others. Where I need to use that event, Kaushik? Where? Where? See here in the code. I used only before update. There is no after update. How it can get executed without after update? Without after update, how it get executed, guys? How it works if you are not declaring the event after update event in the on the trigger here? First we have to declare the events here. After that we need to check for the based on the event we need to call the method from the class handler or helper class. So I missed this one. Obviously it will not get executed. So this is a debug statement. It is not went to the system debug statements will not be executed. See now, you can identify you got it right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the, yeah, user interface. I'm going to share the user interface now. And here, yes, trigger case, trigger on case, yes, Pranavi. Now this is a case object. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going for the cases. I'm opening the all open cases. Here one more open case is there, that is new. And here we are having the subject. See, if there is a subject, then only the status will be changed to working, because that is before update. If it is not there, it will not work. And at the same time, after update will also work on the trigger. Now go to the related, see feed. Here, see guys, case status updated, task created, follow up on working case, name details. See guys, if you can find it here itself, all the updates. And if you go to the related records here, open activities, if it is status is log not started, then it will be open activities. If the status is completed, then it will be activity history. We can find that information in the activity history. So we are having only one thing, the task is created, priority low, not started, follow up on working case. See, task is created successfully. And I'm going to show you the debug, how the debug statements works, how the debug statements works also. And this is a, I'm going to share the screen of developer console here. Developer console here. See, now just go to the logs once again. And here recently executed log is 414, right? This is the 414. Open that log. Now click on debug only. See, after update started, task, one record, task list. In this also we are having only one record, but we are fetching the ID of the record also. ID of the task record also. This is case ID is assigned to what ID? This is ID of the task record. Now we can remove the debug statements if not necessary. We can make it comment. Okay, we can and this is also not necessary to execute. So the codes in the comments will not get executed. The not okay, guys. Now control S. Now we'll not get any statements, updated statements in the debug, because system debugs are made into the converted into the comments. Is it clear now how multiple events are working? We can write before insert, after insert, before delete, after delete also on the same object. We can write method per each, one method per one object, and we can call it. And in that method, if the code is very lengthy, then you can divide that, means you can make, if required, you can make to create functions, and we can call the functions in that methods also. We can divide multiple methods, guys. What is the main method we are calling in the trigger is important. And you can divide other codes into the methods also, or functions, depends on the requirement. It is not like seven methods, seven events, seven methods. No, there can be more than seven methods or functions in the class handler. But what is the primary method you are going to call, that is important. You need to understand that thing. Is it clear till now, guys? Do you have any queries? If you have any queries, you can drop your queries. If not, definitely you can. If not, if you're not having any queries, you can, if it is okay, if it is clear, you can mention it, guys. Is it clear how multiple events are working on triggers? Triggers is very important topic. We come, you can try for delete, guys. In a similar way, you can try for delete. Someone saying thumbs down. Who is that? If it is not clear, if you are having any doubts, Balaji and Monica said, raise their hand. You can mention it in the chat, right? I can understand that it's clear or not clear. The person who is saying thumbs down. If it is not clear, you can mention it, guys, in the message. Who is the person? What didn't you get? Then definitely I can explain. Just show me thumbs down when screen is not visible. Okay, so that I can check. Okay, my screen is not visible. I'll come back to the Zoho and I will check for it. But remaining other scenarios, you can answer it in the chat. See, guys, what we did in the triggers. Like the triggers will fire when we performing action on the, for example, we have written the code here for the update, before up only update, guys, but that is for before update and after update. See here, if required we can use a old map, but at present I don't want to check any values. That's the reason I'm not passing. If required, definitely you can go for it. You can pass the trigger dot old map also. See, I'm writing the trigger handler for case object where the logic will be implemented, and implementing two logics in two different methods. One is for before update and the other one is for after update. These are the logics which we created. And coming to the case handler, here what we are doing in the before update logic, this is a method where it will check, this when it is passing for the trigger dot new, means it is passing multiple records. We have to write the code for bulk data, not for the single data DML operations. So list of records, we are fetching the list of records as a input, and on this list of records we are checking for each and every record. See, this is loop where we are fetching one by one record from the list of records. Here what we are doing, here we are checking the priority is blank. If priority is blank, then we are making priority as medium. If priority is blank, then only it will become medium, otherwise no. And coming to the other thing, if we are changing the status to working, if we are changing the status to working, what we are going to do, we are going to check whether that subject is blank. If status is working and the subject is blank, then we are populating an error message onto the screen, and we are not making the record will get saved. The record will not get saved when an error message will be populated. We can use the add error method to populate the error message on the screen. Like subject must be filled before changing the status to working. When the status is working, definitely the subject must be filled. This is for the before update logic. And I'm writing the handle after update. Here I'm fetching the list of case records for this method, and the map, old map means address of each old records, address of each old records, so that I want to compare the before updating field values and after updating field values, whether it is changed or not. For example, here I want to check the value of status before updating and after updating, whether it is same or whether it is changed, modified. And here we are going to create a task, right? For each case we are going to create a task. So here there is a list of cases, we need to create a variable for the list of tasks. And here we are writing a loop. Here we are writing a loop for the all the case records, one record at a time. For a one record at a time, what we are going to do, we are going to fetch the old record using the old map, passing the id of present case, passing the id of the present, okay, updated case record. We are getting the old c, means old values, old field values before updated into the old c variable. And then we are checking whether present status is working and previous it was not working, means the status field is updated to working now. If the status field is updated to working now only, previously it is new and now it is working, then only a task must be created with these default values. With these default values, a task must be created. And for that, we am declaring the variables, assigning the value into the task variable, and added this task record. This is a single record, but I want multiple records. I'm adding that to the task list. And after that, I'm checking whether this task list is empty, whether this task list is empty or not. If it is not empty, I'm using the insert statement. I'm executing the insert statement. If the task list is empty, why I need to use the insert statement? Why I need to try to insert the records here? So I'm using the insert statement task list. You can go for update also. If already account is there, contact is there, when phone in account is updated, if you want to update the contact phone number, you can go for update. Based on the requirements, we have to use the DML operations. Based on the requirements, we must use the DML operations. That's it. This is the code, guys. Guys, did you get it now? Or do you have any queries? Still, if you have any queries about the code, definitely you can ask it. That's the reason when I'm changing the status. See, guys, here it is open cases, right? Open activities. See, still it is working, right? Uh, this is I'm going to open this record. There is okay. Only case status is updated previously. Actually, it is working. What I'm doing is like I'm modifying the priority, guys. I'm modifying the priority to medium. I'm not changing the working status. Previously, it is working. See, let's check whether status will be task will be created. In this case, task must not be created. See, only priority low to medium is changed. The task is not created. If you want to check, go for the related. See, there are no open activities also. Means in this case, if previous status is also working now, if you are updating the same case record, then the task record must not be created. The task record must not be created. So it is fulfilling. It is fulfilling the requirement. Guys, is it clear? If you have any queries, you can drop your queries. If it is clear, you can mention it in the chat. Guys, tell me, is it clear? Yes or no? Triggers are very, very important. If you have any queries, you can drop your queries, guys. We got the response from the Niru, Muhammad Tahir, and Rajita saying yes, yes. What about the others? Go through the record. And guys, try to create the record triggers on the objects. Previous session also we created using after insert. Now, before update and after update, go for it. Try for it. Definitely you can understand then. Try it, guys. When you try it, definitely you can understand about it. Yeah, Tanuja, Lakshmi Meghana, Sambal Jason, Pranavi, Sundara Kumari, Makeup Priya responded saying, yes, ma'am, clear, ma'am. Okay. Guys, try it, then it will be very, very clear for you. Go, okay, watch the recording sessions and try it. Everyone must complete the guys, everyone must complete the IBM course, first chatbot and the next uh, future skills prime STEM module, and one must focus on the trial mix. You must complete the trial mix modules daily, guys. Based on the topics we covered, now you can go for the Apex basics, and also you can complete the Apex basics modules, Apex triggers also. This is a link. Go for it and complete it. Tomorrow we are going to learn about test classes, and then we are going to start about the asynchronous method, and then we are going to start about asynchronous methods and integration. By next week we are going to cover LWC basics also, and agent force AI. Okay, next week we'll complete the training sessions. Just Munnappa Chinnappa, go to the in URL browser, any browser, search for the trailhead.salesforce.com, sign up and create an account using your registered mail ID. If you have any queries, you can drop your queries. After that signing up, just click on the link. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. Guys, click on the link. After clicking on the link here, yeah, this is a trial mix, right? You can solve one by one daily. First, guys, if you are not yet started, there are around 20 super badges here. If you are not yet started, first go for a customize a Salesforce object, data modeling, and then go for the build a data model for travel approval app. We completed all these topics. You can directly go here also, because we have learned how to create an object, how to create, okay, these are the object creations, and how to import the data. We did it. You can go for this also directly. Okay, guys, you can go for travel approval module, and you have to click on the challenge. This is a module. These are the challenge. For few challenges, it will be quiz. You have to answer it. And for other challenges, you must complete it, guys. You have to click on the launch. You may follow the instructions given in it, or here the challenge will be given. You have to complete the challenge. And after launching, you have to implement the solution there. And after that, you need to check the challenge. This is also same. We have to do the same thing. Import and test app. Okay, I'm going to another module. You have here you are, yeah, now customize the Salesforce object. See record types. Here you will give the instructions, guys, what to create. Oh, no, not is given. Okay, we can go for the data security then. Everything instructions. Okay, means you have to create as per the information given in the module. Now what I'm going for do, I'm going for the data security. Yeah, here you can get it. See here you will get the information right, like create a permission set with label name, API name. You have to follow these instructions. And if you didn't get it, just go through the information here, how to create a permission set, what how to assign the users to the permission set. Here you can find it. Actually, we completed all these topics. If you are not remembered, you can follow the information given in the module. First launch the playground or arc and come, okay, create it. And after that, check the challenge. That's it. That's it, guys. Any more queries? You have to complete one by one. We have completed almost topics of data administration, and we have completed flows, approval process, and then triggers. Now we completed the topics related to triggers. You can work on basics also, Apex basics modules and triggers, Apex triggers. Tomorrow we are going to start Apex tests. You can go for test classes and then asynchronous methods. We are going to start asynchronous in next session. We are going to learn about test classes and asynchronous methods in the next session. After that, we are going to learn about the after that we are going to learn about the integration also and basics of LWC. Yeah, that's all for today. Guys, ma'am, I applied for both Tableau and Salesforce internship on the IIC portal and got approved for Salesforce, but the LMS is showing Tableau content. Maybe because I had selected it earlier. Can you please help me fix this? Bhavya Manvita Chinni, you can drop these type of messages in the group only. Definitely I'll call now and make sure that that is accessible for you. Still it is not accessible for you guys to drop the messages. Manvita, you need to ask Ganesh sir about this. I can't do anything. This is about support team will take care of about it. Manvita Chinni, definitely you can get the access in the Telegram group. You can drop a message and tag Ganesh sir. Okay, guys, that's all for today. Complete IBM course, work on the trial mix modules, learn, practice. It's very important. Yeah. Ma'am, I didn't understand what you told about future skills prime. Yogesh, I said right to sign up and complete the STEM module. That's it. And that's all for today. Goodbye, everyone. We can meet in tomorrow session.